All right. So next slide, please. Now I want you to tell me. Can you just name certain emotions? Maybe just one good emotion and one bad emotion that you feel, or maybe are you feeling right now? Gigi,
More common
happiness.
emotion can be, and yes, anger and happiness.
Okay, so let's take anger and happiness. Okay, for now, I want you to use your five senses, sense of sight, hear, touch, taste, and smell, to recognize these emotions. If you say happy, okay, I want you to tell me what happiness looks like. Agar happiness had a face or a form, what would it look like? If happiness had a voice, what would it be like? If it had a taste, what would it taste like? If it had a smell, what would it smell like?
Smell can be, ma'am, a smell of um, a flower or a rose, or
Yes,
the
happiness to you can
face.
be sign of yes,
The face can be a smiling baby, a pretty smiling baby,
yes,
and the taste can be any person's favorite dish,
yes.
and the sound can also be a soothing sound of any bird.
Any bird, yes. Okay. Now, how about the anger? How would you express anger in five senses?
मैम दिस इज ऑल लाइक इट्स फीलिंग लाइक कि जो हमें चीज़ें पसंद है हम उसकी बेसिस पर ही इसको जज कर रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल, हम उसी की बेसिस पे इसको जज कर रहे हैं और इस एक्टिविटी का मकसद क्या है करने का कि जैसे अगर मैं अपने आप को कहती हूँ कि फॉर मी हैप्पीनेस इज अ चिल्ड ग्लास ऑफ कोक. ओके, अब कोक नहीं हम पीते तो हम यहाँ पे हमारे मिलती किंजा कोला. सो अ चिल्ड ग्लास ऑफ किंजा कोला आई वुड से ओके इज समथिंग हैप्पी इज व्हाट हैप्पीनेस to me is to smell like maybe it is
Our favorite perfume maybe.
maybe favorite perfume, maybe a flower. Here, like I live close to the sea, तो मेरे लिए sea की आवाज is something that soothes me. इसी तरीके से अगर मैं एंगर की तरफ जाती हूँ तो मुझे आई डोंट लाइक करेले. आई कुक करेले बट आई डोंट ईट देम, आई डोंट लाइक देम. सो मेरे लिए टेस्ट में शायद गुस्से का करेला होगा, टच में कैक्टस का पौधा हो सकता है, राइट? सो now whenever I'm feeling sad and whenever I'm feeling angry, I know this is what these are the things that would come in my mind, right? Maybe if I'm hating somebody at that time, us gusse mein, I would like maybe throw a cactus on them, something like that would come in my mind when I'm angry. And how to shift my anger is pick up one of those things जो मैंने happy में रख रखी हुई थी. So maybe अगर मैं बहुत गुस्से में हूँ and if I drink Kinza Cola at that time, I would feel a little bit relaxed. Okay, I would not say it will come down pura, but you will feel a little relaxed. Instant change, shift in emotions you can have through this exercise. If you understand and acknowledge your emotions, we go through emotions every day, every time, but we do not acknowledge them or do not give them a shape, right? Or a form, or we do not understand what it would be if we could actually see or hear them. So once you understand what anger is to you, what happiness is to you, what scared or sadness is to you, you can shift them to the other emotion very easily. I hope it's clear. We're less on time. Otherwise, I was wanting everybody would do this exercise.
Ma'am, we will be obliged if we can have you in others and in the sequel of this session or in any
I
other
love
session.
to. I would love to do it. I'm doing others sessions on our therapy on RPC too. You can keep a check on that and see. You can also follow me on Instagram, Art to Wellbeing. के नाम से है, and you can always see other activities there also.
Ma'am, kindly consider to write it in the chat box as well.
Okay. Art. Okay. So मैंने अपना WhatsApp नंबर भी भेज दिया है ग्रुप पे, इसी के ऊपर you can just see. It is with the country code, so um, All right. Next on, we move on to self-confidence. Art therapy is one of the best tools which will help you, build your self-confidence. Okay, so it is something you will feel confident about. The self-esteem will increase when you finish an art therapy work, any art project. Um, Aarti, are you there?
Yes, I'll
Aarti, can you
answer.
please write down the
Yes, yes, we'll do
Yes,
that.
thank you so much. Aarti will share the Instagram thing for me. Okay, so art therapy is one of the best ways which will help you build self confidence, self esteem. आपकी बहुत अच्छे से build हो सकती है when you finish an artwork, whether it is in a group session or in an individual session. Somebody who is going through these problems, low self esteem, would feel happy that yes, I was able to finish it. Right. So these are instant ways that would help you increase self worth, self esteem. Self expression would be more clear. You'll be able to express yourself through art. You don't need words. You don't need, people will not be judgmental towards you because you don't know कि आप किस, whatever you say, how people are taking it. You're not saying anything in art. You're just drawing, and people can take it whatever mindset they are coming from, right? So it is a non judgmental way. It doesn't have any limitations. You will feel, after creating the artwork, you will feel, you've done something. So you will feel your self-worth will increase, self-esteem will increase the same way. Moving on to the next one is again, next slide please. So again, participating in the creative process, the therapeutic process of creating. Next slide. Art therapy involves three important components that help facilitate personal growth, self-esteem, self-confidence built करने के लिए. It's the participating in the creative process. Somebody who's already low in self-esteem would stay back from these activities. So if you decide to participate, यही आपका one goal accomplished है, right? Second is enjoying that therapeutic process of creating. If you're creating something, you're learning something, you're looking around, you're seeing how well how the things are moving forward. So that process is self healing. It is in itself telling you that you have taken a step forward, right? And the positive outcome of the art making activity. So whatever art that you have created is the result. It's a cherry on the top. The healing has already been done in the process, but it is also the last product is the positive outcome. जिससे एकदम से you will feel confident that yes, I have done this. We have an activity next. If you think we have time, we can do it. If not, then I would. You think we
Ma'am,
have time?
if the management allows us to uh,
Can we
to start.
reconnect? Please, just maybe for another
Yes,
10 minutes. Is it
exactly.
possible? Who's the host?
Ma'am,
Javeria, do you think you can make the meeting again and we can reconnect? Gee, please ask and just let me know if we can reconnect because I would really want them to do this activity because it's you will feel the difference. Okay, till then I'll just explain the activity. Let's not waste time. So self-esteem bucket. Just consider yourself as a bucket for a moment. I want you to draw a bucket, ek balti. I want you to draw that. That is who you are. Okay, you are a container. Now, what happens is when people keep saying stuff to you, what are the things that bring the self-esteem down? What are the things that would shatter your confidence?
stigmatism, negative connotation, and all those negative words being
Yes,
said to
those
us.
yes. So all those things, when you keep getting those things in you, what will happen is you will have holes in that bucket. Negative things around you happening that bring your self-esteem or self-confidence down, create holes in that bucket. ठीक है, तो कोई भी आपकी bucket होगी उसके अंदर होल्स होना शुरू हो जाएंगे जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा आपकी सेल्फ एस्टीम लो होना शुरू हो जाएगी, right? So your self esteem will go down if you are surrounded with negative things. What do you think are the negatives around you that would bring your self-esteem down or shatter your self-confidence? Anybody? You can unmute and answer, or you can write it in the chat box.
Yes. Madam, ma'am, sometimes it's inferiority complex that leads to someone to have a low self-esteem.
Yes. Yes. ओके मैं दोनों लैंग्वेजेस में समझाने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ तो कोई भी I will just say it in Urdu for those who do not understand this thing in English. For better understanding, I would actually say, अगर आप अपने आप को एक बाल्टी समझें, ठीक है? आप भरे हुए हैं, पानी से भरी हुई है वो बाल्टी, which is your self esteem, आपका confidence है वो पानी जो उस बाल्टी के अंदर है. फिर लोगों का आपको चीजें कहना या कुछ इस तरह के इवेंट्स होना जिसकी वजह से आपका कॉन्फिडेंस कम होता जा रहा है. जैसे सपोज you got bad marks in maths test, okay, and then people start saying you cannot do maths, you cannot be this, you cannot be an engineer, you cannot do maths, right? तो उससे क्या होगा कि आपका जो the confidence that you had in yourself will slowly started going down, right? So that is basically making a hole in that bucket, and your self-esteem is going down. Criticism, yes, criticism क्या करता है कि आपकी self-esteem को low कर देता है. अब हमने बात करनी है coping strategies की कि हमारे इर्द गिर्द जो कुछ हो रहा है जिसकी वजह से हमारी self-esteem low हो रही है, वो पानी जो उस बाल्टी के अंदर है वो नीचे जा रहा है, तो हम ऐसा क्या कर सकते हैं कि हम उस पानी को उस बाल्टी के अंदर ही रखें. अब हमने we have to mend that bucket, okay? The holes that are in there are bringing our self-esteem down. Now, what will our coping strategies be so that we are able to mend that? हम उस बाल्टी पे कैसे कोई पैचेस लगा सकते हैं जिससे कि वो पानी नीचे ना जाए, वो हमारी coping strategies होंगी. So maybe let's say if somebody says that trust in yourself is one of the coping strategies, that yes, I can do it no matter what others say. I know I am capable of doing this. Okay, love yourself. The world out there, the world that we live in is a very harsh world, okay? Nobody would come and listen to you twice. If you're crying about something, if you're telling about what you're disturbed, okay, people would listen to you once, people would listen to you 2 times, and third time they would say, ye to rota hi rehta hai har waqt, right? So you have, instead of asking for external validation of people saying that you are pretty, yes?
Have some self-motivation.
Self-motivation, yes.
मैम ये जैसे आपने कहा कि एक बकेट आया, मतलब कि आपको ओवरऑल सारे जितना भी है वो आपकी स्लो डाउन करने की ट्राई करते हैं कि नहीं होगा, बट यू ट्रस्ट योरसेल्फ. सो मेरा पॉइंट मतलब कि यहाँ पे ये है कि समटाइम हम ऐसे लोग भी देखते हैं कि जो हमारे मतलब कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा क्लोज होते हैं, फैमिली मेम्बर्स में हो जाए या कुछ ऐसे फ्रेंड्स हो जाए जो हमारे बहुत ज़्यादा करीब होते हैं, बट वो भी आपको डिमोटिवेट करते हैं. और उस टाइम मतलब कि आप अपने आप को कैसे इतना कर सकते हो मोटिव कि आपको कि इतना रिलेटिव इतना करीब हो और वो भी इस तरह की बात करे. सो इस सिचुएशन में फिर हमें क्या करना चाहिए?
बिल्कुल ऐसा होता है, और ये करीब वाले ही ज्यादा हर्ट करते हैं. दिस द पीपल हु आर क्लोज टू यू दैट हर्ट यू मोर. सड़क से गुजरता हुआ कोई आपको कुछ कहेगा तो आपको फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा जितना आपके घर में आपके साथ रहने वाला आपको कुछ कहेगा तो आपको पड़ेगा, राइट?
सबसे ज्यादा चीज ये होती है कि मतलब कि हम वहां से मूव भी नहीं कर सकते कि सेकंड पर्सन पे या थर्ड पे, क्योंकि सेकंड और थर्ड को आप इतनी तरजीह नहीं देते. जो आपका फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी पे होता है वो उसकी, तो इस सिचुएशन का आप थोड़ा सा गाइड कीजिएगा.
Okay, so this is called external critic. Okay, when people around you keep saying things to you, एक लिमिट के बाद वो चीजें आप अपने आप को खुद कहना शुरू कर देते हैं. So the external critic at a point comes, their time comes that external critic becomes your inner critic. Okay, so what people now, suppose somebody says तुम मोटी हो, okay, keep on saying, oh, you're fat, you don't look nice in this dress because you're fat, clothes won't fit you from this store because you're fat. Okay, with them, yes, but what we can do is change our thinking pattern. Okay, the things that we can control and the things that we cannot control, that's a बिल्कुल separate thing, another topic. But yes, just for instance, अपने आप आपके हाथ में क्या है? What are the things that you can control? Is how you think. What you cannot control is what people think, right? What you can control is how you speak. You cannot control how people speak. So, in this case, the question that you asked me, when people around you, close to you, are saying stuff like that, that will impact you, yes, but you have to understand that they are not doing anything for you. You have to stand up for yourself, right? बोल रहे हैं बोले, जितने लोग हैं जितने मुंह उतनी बातें ही होती हैं, राइट? तो आप हाँ, जैसे आपने बोला अनम कि आप घर नहीं संभाल सकती, prove them wrong. Do what you can do, right? You don't have to listen to them. You do not just listen. अल्लाह मियाँ ने 2 कान दिए हैं, कान से सुनो, दूसरे से निकाल दो. मतलब मैं तो बहुत सिंपल वर्ड्स में ये कहती हूँ कि मेरा मानना ये है कि अल्लाह मियाँ ने कान 2 दिए ही इसलिए कि एक तरफ से सुनो, नीचे दिल पे लेके जाने की जरूरत नहीं है बातों को, दूसरे कान से निकाल दो भाई. लोगों की आदत है बोलना, आप हर एक के लिए अच्छे नहीं हो सकते. You cannot be good for everyone, right? So be good to yourself, and if you're not good to yourself, nobody else will be good to you. If you keep telling yourself, हाँ मैं तो घर नहीं संभाल सकती, तो आप वाकई नहीं संभाल सकते, तो फिर लोग भी आपको बोलेंगे कि आप घर नहीं संभाल सकते, right? So if you can always tell yourself कि maybe I was tired today, tomorrow I will do better. I was tired today, that's why my food didn't taste so well. Tomorrow I will cook better. Okay, I am in the learning process. Kind to you, urge yourself. Nobody else in the world will be kind towards you. This is something जो आप गांठ बांध लें अपने साथ कि आप अकेले दुनिया में आए हैं, आपने अकेले दुनिया से जाना है. ठीक है, तो आप अपना ख्याल करें, बस कोई और आपका ख्याल नहीं करेगा आगे.
मैम एक और क्वेश्चन के समटाइम ये होता है कि एक पेशेंट आता है, आप उसको पूरा जितना भी है उसका ट्रीटमेंट करते हो, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग एज लाइक जैसे अगर कोई पेरेंट अपने चिल्ड्रन को भी लेके आते हैं और खुद भी किसी सिचुएशन में वो इंडल्ज हो, तो उनको ट्रीट आउट करके पूरा मतलब कि उनको बताना कि ये चीज़ इस तरह से है, आप इसको इस तरह से गाइड कर सकते हैं, उनको पूरा गाइड करना. उसके बाद भी सम टाइम ये होता है कि पेशेंट वो चीज़ को समझने की ट्राई नहीं कर रहा होता, वो हर चीज़ ठीक कर रहा होता है लेकिन वो उस चीज़ को मान नहीं रहा होता. तो इस सिचुएशन में फिर हमें मतलब कि क्या नेक्स्ट स्टेप लेना चाहिए?
एज एन आर्ट थेरेपी प्रैक्टिशनर मैं आपको इसका आंसर कर सकती हूँ, एज अ डॉक्टर मैं इसका आंसर नहीं कर सकती. एज एन आर्ट थेरेपी प्रैक्टिशनर, जैसे मैंने कहा, I treat through colors and through patterns. Okay, so same way I test through patterns. How you hold your pencil and how you scribble on a paper will tell me about your thinking ability. Okay, what kind of इंटेलिजेंस यू हैव और थॉट प्रोसेस जो है आपका वो किस तरह का है. आर यू अ लॉजिकल थिंकर, आर यू एन इमोशनल थिंकर, आर यू नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग प्रोसेस डू यू हैव. सो इफ अगर आप किसी इफ यू टॉक somebody who's logical and if you keep telling them तुम्हारे बगैर तो मैं तुम्हारे बगैर तुम्हारी अम्मी का क्या होगा, तुम्हारे बगैर फलां क्या काम कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, they will never understand that because you're talking to them in an emotional way. They are logical thinkers. You need to talk to them through logic. Only then they will understand you. Or an emotional thinker, अगर आप if you keep telling them कि इतने लोग सिगरेट से मर गए हैं, ये सिगरेट के अंदर है, ये सब कुछ है, they will not understand unless and until आप उनको कोई emotional चीज देके समझाओगे. तो मेरे लिए is a plus point that I can understand people's thinking through their drawing, right? So that is the way you will treat them. So if like I said, maybe आप किसी के साथ जिस तरह आप उनको बता रहे हो वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं उस तरीके से, हो सकता है आपके बताने का तरीका डिफरेंट हो, या हो सकता है वो उस स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में ही नहीं है कि वो आपकी बात को इस वक्त समझे. So maybe it is a time that you still need to build a rapport or calm them down, bring them, do the grounding techniques with them and then take them further. Right?
Ma'am, how would we determine whether I just okay.
No. Sorry, but इसके लिए see like that's why I said you need to be a trained therapist or trained art therapy practitioner to do these things. अभी मैं आपको बोल दूंगी कि जी इस तरीके से इस तरह होता है तो आप उसको आप मेरी दो बातें पकड़ के अगले को कह सकते हो कि unless you train you know the length of the zigzag line, कितनी width है कितना सब चीज कैलकुलेट होती है, right? The angle that the line is in. So it's आर्ट थेरेपी इटसेल्फ बहुत वास्ट टॉपिक है, उसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं जिससे
Ma'am,
आपको
if
पता
we
चलता है.
ask if we request you to let us know on the basis of your observation and experience, just tell us something in the words के मतलब उसके क्या non verbal cues क्या हो या words कैसे हो जिनसे हम determine कर सकें other than this art therapy, because that is very technical now, so we will have to spend much time and effort
See, I would also
to
tell
be
you
able
one more
to
thing. Okay,
understand.
so I wouldn't. वैसे I would also tell you one more thing. Verbal चीजों में you would also have to see not just the words but also their physical movement. There are somebody who would come to you and say I am in depression. वो चीज determine करना आपका काम है as a therapist. Okay, to understand from others that are coming with them. So everybody would say कि मेरी तो बस होगी इस टाइम पे, मैं तो खत्म हूँ, बस मैं तो ये ना होता तो अब तो मैंने फट जाना था, मर जाना था. तो उसके लिए तो वो आखिरी लिमिट होगी, लेकिन आपके लिए डिसाइड करना कि ये वाकई उतनी थी या नहीं थी, हम इसको इस पॉइंट से नीचे वापस कैसे लेकर आ सकते हैं. अभी मैं आगे नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. आई विल जस्ट गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. सॉरी. नाउ आफ्टर द होल सेशन वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ. आप लोगों ने अपने वो लिखे थे जो मूड मीटर पे, आप जिन्होंने जोन्स लिखे थे, कलर्स, या फिर जिन्होंने नंबर्स लिखे थे, इज इट द सेम, इज इट डिफरेंट, ऊपर गया नीचे गया, एनीथिंग दैट यू कुड टेल मी.